Hey guys, what's up? It's Umbruhh here, and today I'm going to help you guys get started in the Bozjan Southern Front. So about a week ago, 5.35 dropped for Final Fantasy XIV, and I have been having a blast with this patch, with what little time I have to play video games. I've been really busy with school and work, but I'm not going to be talking about that. I'm going to help you guys get started out in the Southern Front. Before I start, I would like to give an important disclaimer. This guide is just meant for people who are starting out in the Southern Front and getting their relic weapons, so I won't be going over how to do Castrum just yet. Maybe in another video though. So, before we get started in the Southern Front, you're gonna wanna do 5 things, like, before jumping into anything. So, number 1, the job that you wanna do in the Southern Front must at least be level 71. But you have to be level 80 to unlock it in the first place, which is kind of strange. You have to be level 80 to unlock it, but for some reason you can get into it at level 71. And number 2, for quick and easy access to Gangos, make sure to set your return point to the Doman Enclave. That way you can quickly teleport to Gangos through the Aetheryte. Now, before doing any of the resistance weapon quests, so like before like the Southern Front, like the whole stuff that came out in 5.25, you have to complete both the Shadowbringers MSQ quests and the Return to Evilise Alliance raid series from Stormblood. Because the raid series from Stormblood is connected in a way to the Shadowbringers resistance weapon questline. And once you meet those requirements, you'll need to do the quests Hail to the Queen, Path to the Past, the Bozja Incident, Fire and Forge, and then accept the quest Where Eagles Nest, which is the quest that'll give you access to the Bozja Southern Front. Now, before going to the Southern Front, be sure to pick up the quest For Want of a Memory from Zlatan, because this is the quest you will need to complete in order to get the upgraded version of your current resistance weapon. But we will get to how to progress through that quest in a moment. Now that you've gotten all that cleared up, here's what you will need to know about the Southern Front. Number 1, unlike Eureka, the Southern Front doesn't use an elemental wheel, kind of like which element do you have to use when fighting certain enemies, whether or not you want to do more damage or be more protected. You don't have to worry about any of stuff in the Southern Front. Now, it's relatively quick to level up from Resistance rank 1 to 6, and then you'll need to start grinding for more metal to rank up, because the higher you level, the more metal you'll need to rank up. And the best way to rank up is by doing the quests that you get once you rank up, and do all the fates and critical engagements that you see. Sometimes you will get accepted into duels. Sometimes you will get invited into duels, but you might not always get accepted, but always queue yourself up for one if you can. And if you're not doing fates and critical engagements with your friends, don't be afraid to ask in LFG chat. Just post in shout chat that you're looking for LFG, and include your rank and job. For example, LFG R7 Dark Knight, which I would be using Dark Knight in the Southern Front. And next up, we'll talk about holsters. Now, if you're playing a more squishy job that doesn't have access to heals like melee or ranged DPS, abilities that you can unlock such as Lost Cure or Lost Cure 3 are incredibly useful at keeping yourself alive. Although bear in mind, some of these abilities have kind of a limit on them, so like for example for Lost Cure 3, you can only use it 99 times, and then you won't be able to use it anymore. So it's a consumable ability, basically. And another thing, if you have this item, always equip Resistance Phoenix if you have any. It's useful for raising yourself, or any of your party members if you don't have access to raise, or any resurrection-like abilities. And also, some items that you obtain for your holster don't always work for your class, so be careful before deciding to take Essence of the Irregular if you're playing Machinist. And to unlock these items and abilities for your holster, you'll have to appraise Forgotten Fragments at the Resistance Appraiser, which will randomly give you an item or an ability. And these fragments can drop from certain fates, or they are sometimes rewards in quests. And next up, we'll be talking about lockboxes. Oh, lockboxes, our favorite RNG consumable. Now, lockboxes are unlocked, pun not intended, through numerous fates in the Southern Front, or critical engagements, and they can even be traded for field notes with the Resistance Historian, although I'd only do this if either you don't care about filling out your field journal, or you've already redeemed these field notes, so it's a duplicate. Just trade it with the Historian. Now, like I mentioned, lockboxes are an RNG item that have a chance to contain a lot of neat items, such as new mounts, the orchestrion roll for one of the new zone themes, and much more. But for some reason, the item that's most likely to drop from these lockboxes is the Magic Prism Indigo Star. I don't know if it's a glitch, or just the way it is, but they seem to drop a lot. And next we'll be talking about clusters. Now, Bozjan clusters seem to drop randomly in the Southern Front from various enemies, Imperial machines, and fates, and clusters are a currency that can be exchanged for items at the Resistance Quartermaster, such as fragments that you can use to get more abilities or items for your holsters, orchestrion rolls, a new mount, a new hairstyle, and a new emote. And clusters can also be exchanged for priority deployments in critical engagements, which can really come in handy if you're in a really busy instance in the Southern Front. And next we'll be moving on to relic grinding. While this is a part of the Southern Front, it's a lot easier to grind for your relic weapon outside the Southern Front. Now, when getting the upgraded version of your Resistance weapon through the quest for Want of a Memory, you will need to obtain 3 different variants of 20 memories of the dying, so 60 altogether. And these memories are Tortured Memory of the Dying, Sorrowful Memory of the Dying, and Harrowing Memory of the Dying. While these memories can randomly drop through some battles in the Bozjan Southern Front, it's far easier to obtain memories through fates in the Heavensward areas, which can drop these memories when a gold star is earned for these fates, and when the quest is active. For example, to obtain Tortured Memories, you will need to do fates in Kurthus Western Highlands or Sea of Clouds, and to obtain Sorrowful Memories, you will need to do fates in Dravanian Forelands or Churning Mists. And to obtain Harrowing Memories, you will need to do fates in the Dravanian Hinterlands and Azizla. And with that, I hope this guide helps you all get started on the Southern Front and getting your new Resistance weapon. I hope you guys have as much fun as I am with this new patch. I'll see you guys later. Subscribe for more Final Fantasy XIV content, follow me on Twitter and Twitch, and I will see you guys later. I love you all. Have fun. Umbruhh, out.